as everyone is expected to get inside because we are getting started right away. Hello? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's all raise on our feet. I beg. Rema Chisitu at the front. Hajati Rema Chisitu at the front. Yeah. Take us through the rejuvenating exercise of 2 minutes.
Okay. We are on the 33rd Umta Convention. We are going to write that figure using our bodies. I'll show you. Yes, you'll use your head, your waist, and your feet. I hope you'll manage. If I can't manage, you can. I'll show you. Okay, let's start one again. We can do it, we can do it with our body. Yes, then the other one. 1, 2, 3, we go. The second one. Thank you.
All right. Now let's get back to our seats. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome back to this session. I would like to call upon the ED, because looking for money to support Umta activities is not a very simple job. And having enough money is another task. Then spending that money becomes a challenge. And accounting for the money is yet another one. But above all is having a surplus, which we call having money for project, as a would-be surplus out of the money that you have collected and used, is quite a very, 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 very good task accomplished. Therefore, as we thank ourselves for going through the year successfully, we have some people who have supported us positively. You can see very many placards here. What are they called? Brochures? What are they? Banners in our language. Those banners come from different people who have given us some money to support our activities throughout the year. We shall give only 2 minutes to each of those who are here as the ED introduces them, at least for them to tell us where they come from, so that we get to know where we shall run to when we want the money, because we shall want it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, I wish to welcome you from that lunch break. Allow me mention the following sponsors that have given us a hand as we organize this event to have it a success. It's not easy to have this event successful, but we tried to reach out to those people to support us in kind, in cash, and all ways that they could support us to see that we have this event colorful, the way you see it. I want to thank the company of Sure Pay Limited. Wherever you are, please, you can raise up and say salam if you're a Muslim. If you are not, we need to see you, or you raise your hand up. Sure Pay Limited. We have Stanbic Bank. We have Produce International. We have Salam Bank, our bank that has come to carry on or put us into Islamic banking. They have products that they want to introduce to us. We are yet to hear from all these people. We shall give them some few minutes to tell us what they do and why they want to work with the teachers in this building. We have Mazail. Mazail, I think this is a company that deals with uniforms, especially here at Gombe Secondary School. We have Evergreen also under Uniform Department. We have Mojiri Agencies Limited. We have another funder called Hongera Sana Uganda. I think you have seen many banners spread all over. Hongera Sana is an NGO working under the Office of the President. They are here with us. The Assistant IGP has already arrived with his team. I think there is a team that has gone to receive them. And they are here to tell us more about Hongera Sana and how can the Muslim teachers benefit from their programs. We have already benefited. They have given us most of the food items that we have used for today's function, for the entire event actually. And there is a lot more that we are yet to benefit. I will not bring here the news before the news is ready. And then we have Tropical Bank. We have Tropical Bank also with us. They have supported us. We have Soma Foundation. Soma Foundation, the partner with us in scholarships, they have also other programs to do with Kurban. So they have offered us another bull. So by the time we leave here, I don't know whether we shall finish all the meat. We already have the bull that we received in the morning from Haji Zimbe. So this afternoon we have received another bull and the meat is coming. It is on the way coming from Kampala. So just be prepared to eat the meat until you feel better. Then we have other schools. We have schools that have contributed to the convention. They have paid for the participants, but have also gone ahead to have contributions for this event. Number one is Kawanda Secondary School. They contributed us with water, some water. Then we have Bombo Secondary School, one of our contributors towards this event. Saidina Abubakar, Kabasanda. We have Reru Secondary School. Reru has sponsored 7 schools from Uyikwe. Thank you so much, Haj Hamza Sebunya, the head teacher of Reru Secondary School. Then Gombe Secondary School, as a sponsor, we have mentioned what he has given us, the sponsorships. Then Prolic Media. Prolic Media is the person who is in charge of our videography and photography. Thank you so much. That's the mention, but later on we shall have an arrangement to see that these people come and have some presentations. Because, you know, some things come with strings attached and we have to obey the conditions. So we shall allow them to give us the presentations. Join me to welcome a team from Hongera Sana, led by the Assistant IGP in his combats, followed by Afande Ashraf, the National Coordinator Hongera Sana, followed by Haji Rashid Chikungwe. He's a son of Butambala, and I think most of us have seen him before. We shall know him more and more by the time we end this function. You're most welcome, our dear guests. We also welcome Hajat Sarah Kusima, the board member of Umta. We talked about her this morning. And the president also mentioned this morning that she donated land to Umta, where the Umta forest is sitting. Yes, Dr. Sarah Kusima. Thank you so much. I think that's the reason. Sorry.
Now,
Thank you so much.
Now we can go straight to the program. I'll call upon the head teacher, Gombe SS, to give us remarks, after which you invite the chairman board of governors of this school, and then we shall communicate after that to give his remarks. Ajizimbe.
Thank you very much, President. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This time around, I'm speaking as the regional coordinator, the Great MPG. Commissioner from the Ministry of Education, Haji Muzammil Mukwatampola. Mr. President, Umta, the cow, Butambala, and the Dio from both districts of Gomba and Butambala. Mpiji? Mpiji tusanso kula basewo mukama waffe. Dio bonna baweddeyo even from Mpiji, that is those are the 3 districts that are making the greater Mpiji. Mpiji, Butambala, and Gomba. Mpiji batubako erinnya tugiyita Greater Mpiji. Secretary General Mayor, our Executive Director Umta, my Chairman Board, Haji Buzindade, and your members, dear head teachers, present teachers, and all stakeholders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm honored that you are here for the convention. I remember some 8 months ago when I was given the mandate in Mityana to prepare this. I thought it was a simple task, but I've tested, but I'm happy that success is being registered. Thank you for your coming. Dear brothers and sisters, all invited guests, today we are for a cause of Islam. When we gather as Muslim teachers, we do not only socialize, but we are also enriching our account in the grave, for sure, provided you have the niyyah. So I want to congratulate you upon being here for an Islamic cause, and this is Gombe, this is Greater Mpiji, this is Butambala, the Mecca of Islam. The numbers do exhibit that slogan. So for the previous conferences we have had, we could hardly have these numbers. I'm very happy that we have come in numbers to support the Islamic cause. Thank you very much. Allow me to thank you all for accepting the invitations and to come for this great conference. Greater Mpigi covers the districts of Mpigi, Butambala, and Gomba, as I've mentioned. And allow me to sincerely thank the steering committee that I've worked with that has been able to mobilize and reach where we are. In Mpigi, we had our chairperson, Haji Seruyange Abubeka. He's not yet here with us, but he's on the way. He's the head teacher of Matov Secondary School. He was also being supported by Haji Zake from the primary sector. Unlike the previous years, where the primary sector has not been much mobilized, it was our initiative to ensure that we mobilize them all, and many are here. I want to thank them sincerely. Gomba has, the chairperson is Haji Kasule, who is represented by the deputy. She's with us. Haji Kasule has some challenges, and is also, we also heard from the primary sector, Mr. Chibina Idris, who is with us here. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Butambala, Haji Mukasa here has been in the steering committee together with Mr. Badi Rukagwa from the primary section. I want to thank them sincerely. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I want to thank them sincerely. And Haji Mukasa is our chair organizing committee. At the committee level, I'm only his boss because I'm the regional coordinator. That's why I'm delivering this, this speech. Allow me to appreciate the Board of Governors, Gombe Secondary School, for accepting us to host this conference, and with the many facilities that they have given us to do so, including the financial support. Chairman, we are very grateful. We are very honored indeed. As earlier mentioned, there are quite a number of facilities that they have given us mandate to use, including this hall, water, electricity mentioned. So we are very grateful for this success. I sincerely thank the committees at school level. Gombe had a committee internally that was supported. It was all embracing. Also the region, at regional level, we had the committee chaired by Haji Mukasa, as I've mentioned, and then we went ahead to form district committees. Gombe has a committee, Mpigi and Butambala. This committee will stand, and we are starting from there to ensure that we disseminate all the activities of Umta at grassroots level. That is just the beginning. Special appreciation go to our sponsors, as the ED has mentioned. This project is quite expensive. We may not have been able to organize using the funds we get from you. So we had to reach out to our special people who gave in a hand. I've seen Haji Chizito Faizo, Produce International, is our supplier as far as human food is concerned. Please, he can extend a hand to you in case you need. Which can deliver food to all the destinations. Haji, we are very grateful. We also thank the individuals, as they have been mentioned, who have extended a hand in organizing this particular conference. As a region, we have been able to achieve in our activities. For many conventions, as I've mentioned earlier, primary sector had not always been mobilized. As Greater Mpigi region, we are setting the pace to ensure that we made outreaches to the different schools, and we are bringing the primary sector on board in full gear. How I wish others that will organize later to ensure that we don't lose that culture. So in that regard, I want to sincerely thank the teachers of secondary schools in the region who have extended a hand in transporting and facilitating our dear colleagues in the primary section such that they can be here. Thank you very much. As secondary schools in the region, we are working towards uplifting the academic standards of Umeya schools. And we have started making outreaches in our different districts to ensure that we support them in one way or the other. In one of our sittings as head teachers in the region, we agreed to buy a LISO machine, which we are going to do this coming term to ensure that these schools in the region can be facilitated in in printing trial tests to the younger children that are yet to join the secondary sector. We know this will uplift the academic standards such that we can receive well-prepared students in secondary sector. I also want to inform that Umeya schools in the region are closely working together towards academic standards and vocational subjects. Our schools, Kabasanda, Beskala and Gombe, and Chibibi have embarked on vocational skills, and we are performing well. Kabasanda was the pioneer. Saidina Abubakar Kabasanda was the pioneer, and he has been so good to us. We are copying from him. Learners are baking, learners are making shoes, learners are making pavers, and many others. These do not only create skills for them, but they are bettering the learning environment. When you move around our school, all the walkways are paved, and we are using the pavers that our learners have been able to make. So, to add on, many of our schools in Umeya have also embraced the dual curriculum, the theology. Professor is a good advocate of this. Professor Kakumba Mawea, that's why he's nodding in approval. And our schools now, our learners who join Senior 1, when they have sat and passed for IPLE, are joining and carrying on their career in that line up to sitting of IDAD. As we speak, some of the schools have already had graduates, and Gombe, we hope to graduate the first phase this year. Those are some of the notable achievements that we have done towards our dean, and we have hope that we shall continue to do better. However, we still also have challenges. Many of our teachers in the primary sector who have learned had very little knowledge, if not any, about the Umta activities. When we are moving around the districts and schools, we realized that many of them were ignorant of the Umta activities. That's why we prioritize them to ensure that we bring them on board. And more so, those Muslim teachers who are in non-Muslim schools in the primary sector. They were being suffocated and could not reach out. So it is our prayer that Umta finds ways through the regions to ensure that we go to the grassroots level to bring these people on board such that we can move at the same pace. Another challenge, many teachers are reluctant to embracing activities of Umta, not realizing the direct benefits from the organization. It is good that when we bring these people closer in such gatherings and we have talks, they come to learn that there are opportunities. The president has been talking about the chances that are there for for teachers in the primary sector to upgrade at a subsidized cost. Many people didn't know all those opportunities. So if we sensitize them, they'll be able to associate with the Umta, and as the Muslim Ummah, we shall be the beneficiaries. Teachers of Islamic studies, there is still lack of material and literature for the Islamic knowledge in the primary sector. To this, I sincerely want to thank Haji Chizuto Kojawangaru. Haji Chizuto has done wonderfully well in this region. We need to appreciate that Mzee. He has done mobilization, he's making research, he's compiling data. As he's moving around, he would identify schools that would have a chance to teach the learners their deen, but the literature is lacking. So we have been mobilizing Yasaruna such that we extend a hand for these children. Many of our schools at the grassroots do not have the mullahs, the bawalim, to teach the learners their deen. And many of them join secondary when they are quite ignorant. They are only Muslims by name. But if that literature can be availed and supplied to these schools, because they don't have money to buy, the learners can at least learn their deen. So, Mr. President and members, I want to conclude by once again thanking everybody, and specifically the team that has been steering this conference from the Greater MPG and from the Secretariat. I want to thank you for that joint effort that has been able to bear these fruits that you are seeing. I want to thank you for turning up in big numbers. And I want to thank the committees at the region, the committee at the region and the district level. And above all, I want to thank everybody for the efforts at both the school level and the individual levels. Many teachers, head teachers, as it has been mentioned, have facilitated teachers from their respective regions, especially primary teachers, and have facilitated teachers in their own schools to come for this conference. I'm very happy from the team that came from Mbale. This team has always been very vibrant. We are very grateful. I also very much thank Muzamiru Munduga, this gentleman from Yumbe. He has never missed such a gathering. There is also a brother, Mr. Nguzu Rashidi from Arua City. Most welcome. Thank you very much. We are happy. As I conclude, allow me to re-echo that let's be there, as the program will tell, to eat our bull and celebrate this conference. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for God and my country.
Hello, another round of applause for our dear headmaster. He's our host head teacher, and he's the reason why you see a different face Gombe has than the one you've seen, or the one you had maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The next speaker is going to be the chairperson, organizing committee. National chairperson, convention organizing committee, and that is none other than Hajat Nakabuye Amina from Weogerere Hassan Trabi, the head teacher. Can we give her a round of applause, please? She's our national chairperson, conventions organizing committee.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I want to respect the protocol please, our keynote speaker and all our guests accept. I was actually there and I was looking at the time. I'm looking at the program. Accept that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to warmly welcome you all to this 33rd convention, AGM, Umta AGM, and National Convention. You are welcome. It is a very big occasion, and I'm delighted when I see you in these numbers. I want to thank you, the host, Haji Zimbe. Thank you very much for hosting. This convention takes a lot beyond what you see. So whenever I look at the host, I know what it means. Thank you very much. The finances, everything, the facilities, it is much. It is beyond what you can think. We don't take it lightly. Please extend our appreciation to the board. Please, we are very grateful. All of you, I want to tell you, when you organize such a convention and people don't turn up, you know what you can think. It takes a lot. The Umta Secretariat, thank you for the work. I want to recognize the organizing committee at the national level. Please, some of you are at that end. Mr. Hamza, can you just stand up? I'm trying to balance the time because when you look at the program, there is a lot. Haji Bagala, Hajat Leila, Mr. Haji Sekasanke, please stand up. Thank you. At the national, and the Umta Secretariat, some are still behind there. That is a committee which helps us to balance this. We have achieved one. Alhamdulillah, we are here. You have made us to be here. We have achieved a lot. I also want in a special way to recognize the big numbers that I've seen on this 33rd convention. Members from the primary school, we are not taking this lightly. Teachers from the primary section, please, just rise up in a quick way, please, and we see you. You have turned up in big numbers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, thank you so much. Don't give up on that. Now, we want to apologize for some of the things. It's not so easy, but where we have not met your expectations, pardon us. I know the first expectation, you expected us by this time, the keynote speaker should be addressing us, but you still will have a long way. So where we have not managed this, please pardon us. We also want to request that in the 34th AGM and convention, please let us meet the payments early enough. When we delay to pay, then we start running up. Actually, the challenges are not very many. Late payment, another thing. I want to beg, please let us stay up to tomorrow when we shall be concluding our convention, inshallah. Please, I request we keep here until tomorrow. I want to thank you a lot, and please bear with us where we have not met what we expected. Thank you so much. May the Almighty Allah keep us here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can we give her another round of applause, please? That is our national chairperson, organizing committee for the convention, Hajat Nakawiye. We are thankful. Allow me to recognize the presence of the following people. The Inspector of Schools, Mr. Lusiba Yusuf Gaina from Umpiji, the Inspector of Schools of Umpiji, is with us here, also representing the DEO of Umpiji District. Allow me to recognize the presence of Madame Naiga Zulaika from the Ministry of Education and Sports. She's also my OG from Kawempe. Even the Inspector of School is also an OG from Kawempe. Kawempe's OBs, Wempians, we should not leave minus taking a group photo. It seems we are half of this convention. Not in bad faith. I told you, not in bad faith.
Also allow me to recognize the presence of Haji Rashid Chikure from the Inspectorate of Internal Security Organization. You're not in bad faith. Also allow me to recognize the presence of Haji Rashid Chikure from the Inspectorate of Internal Security Organization. So you're most welcome. Allow me also recognize once again Professor. Allow me also recognize once again, on a special note, joining university, either as a Muslim or as a person from Kawempe. But I remember I had missed government sponsorship, but I had the points. It is then that I got to know that whoever qualifies actually had to go on and study. He just wrote to me a stick was considered. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our chief guest tonight in absentia, our commissioners from the Ministry of Education and Sports, the president of Umta and the team, invited guests in your respective capacities, distinguished members of Uganda Muslim Teachers Association, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Abdul Nasser Shwanuka Kajim, the Assistant Secretary General, Uganda Muslim Teachers Uganda Muslim Education Association, representing Al-Hajj Abubakar Sekweyama Kakembo, who is a little bit indisposed and unable to be with us physically, but he's with us in spirit. And I bring his salam to all of us. That assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. The speech of Al-Hajj Abubakar Kakembo, Secretary General, is in our books, so you can look at it. And for that matter, given the time, I'll give it in an abridged form. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, all of praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla jalal, who has made it possible that we are gathered here today for the 33rd Umta General Assembly and Convention. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I bring to you warm greetings from the patron of Umea, none other than Prince Dr. Al-Hajj Kasim Nachibinge Kakungulu, who happens to be the patron of Uganda Muslim Teachers Association, and as we normally say, the titular head of the Muslim community in Uganda, the board of directors of Uganda Muslim Education Association. And on this note, I am proud to inform you that we are here with one of the historical board members of Uganda Muslim Education Association, Al-Hajj Elias Severi, and I will maybe say salam to us before I continue.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Behind every organization, they are unsung heroes. And one of the heroes of the Muslim community in Uganda today, and one of the heroes behind the establishments on Chibuli Hill, as you see them today, Umea, Revival, as you see it, is one of the men behind it. You remember that after formation of Uganda Muslim Council, 1972, Umea started working with not just under, but with the Uganda Muslim Council. Of course, there was no formal agreement, and Umea was not signatory to the Uganda Muslim Council establishment. But he continued working by virtue of the patron of the two being the same person. The chairman was of Umea, was the chairman of Uganda Muslim Council. So we moved. But along the way, I think somewhere in the 80s, the people in Umea felt we can't continue working with the Uganda Muslim Council without a formal agreement. And the negotiation started, and the team was put together to write an MOU. And when things were not moving well, and both Umea and UMS were not doing well, the teachers said we can do it better. They formed the Umta. But still, I remember very well because I happened to be one of the people who were present when Umta was being formed. In one of the gatherings, when we were agitating for fairness in the Ministry of Education in regards to recruitment of teachers, the sponsorship of subjects like Islam, Arabic, one of the, by then, State Minister for Education challenged the teachers and said, you guys, you are employees of government. You can't challenge us. And for that matter, you may have had to either come with an agreement or the Supreme Council on how to move on or go it alone. And the decision was made. One of the people who made that decision was Al-Haj Elias Severi. And when the MOU couldn't be signed, you may have withdrew and decide to continue moving on its own. So Al-Haj Severi is one of that one. Many of you see Chibuli Hospital as it is today. He's still the man. That time he was serving as secretary for Hijja at Chibuli. Under Supreme Council, but the offices were in Chibuli. And the Muslims went to Zambia Hospital for immunization. And they were too many at that time, during Amin's time, they used even to hire chartered planes. And now the talk in Zambia was Agasilamu, and the rest. And when the people came to, why don't we start a hospital? He was still one of the guys. So Haji Severi is one of the unsung heroes. Many of you see Kawempe, Jumazukuri establishments. He's still there. And the formation of Umea was a product of all the existing sects in 1936 coming together to establish Umea. So he still represents the Jumazukuri establishment at Umea. So Haji Severi, you have not heard him in the education circles. That's why I'm saying that in every organization, there are some unsung heroes, the people behind the kings. And I have always said we are because Umea is. I cannot comfortably say we are because they are people the likes of Haji Elias Severi. So he represents the other board members who are unable to be us. I also bring the greetings from the Secretariat staff. I wish to let you know that, Alhamdulillah, Allah has decided that the senior members of Umea Secretariat have passed on one by one. The first one, I think, was in 2014. That was Haji Chibiriti, the then Secretary for Education, and in charge of many of you who were there at that time, in charge of Inspectorate. And I was his secretary, so when he passed on, I took on after him. A few years later, I think around 2008, 2009, Haji Chibumba passed on. Haji Chibumba happened to have remained one of the three people who remained operating Umea. When in 1964 government nationalized the schools, and stopped funding education secretariats. The secretariat withdrew to Haji Prince Badru Kakungulu's veranda, but one of the remaining people working were Prince Badru himself, then the council Nsambu, who happened to have been also a brother to Haji Severi, and Haji Shibumba. So Haji Shibumba was there throughout, but he passed on. Then later, during COVID, we lost now the person who left Shibumba, Al-Haji Siraj Sendi, he passed on. Shortly after, we lost one of our senior members who was the Assistant Secretary of Eastern Region, Al-Haji Mabuya. I hope many of you knew him. And just recently, just a week backwards, we also lost our Assistant Secretary General Central, Al-Haji. Haji who? Guptambala people, we have just buried. Haji Nyenje Ahmed Mutimba. I think the first person was the chairman, Haji Rutare. And then the second chairman who came after him, Haji Jumba Masagazi, is now bedridden. And then others are aging likewise. But the secretariat, we are still moving on as the secretariat. So I bring greetings from all those people. They are nostalgic about you, Umta. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest I will read after that one, abridged. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the annual AGM and convention. For those of us who are nostalgic about Umta, we look forward to this event. And by the way, I am not putting on a suit today, not because I don't have them, but because I felt that when they gave me the shirt and his corporate wear, I thought everybody was going to put on corporate wear. So I decided to look Umta today, because I am nostalgic about Umta. I saw Umta being born. I was the secretary for mobilization for ages, and I still think Umta is a great organization. So I would want, on this note, to thank the board of directors, led by our president, for carrying forward this culture, so that, and I hope it will be forever and ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to thank those of us who have consistently attended this function. We have been told numbers have been dwindling, but it is because of those few of us who have been consistent that the others have been able to come back and join us today to see these numbers. If we had all given up, there would be nobody. So those veterans of Umta who have always been here, thanks so much and congratulations. I also want to thank those of you, especially from the primary section. We have been told today is the biggest number of primary school people attending. I just want to say, in recent times, because there was a time when we used to have more primary school representatives than the secondary school representatives. So primary schools will come back to the Umta, on board of Umta. Now does its best